was a housemaid.
Were you living there with her?
No,
Or,
actually, I would be
or
eating
she would just,
leftovers.
okay, so she would go and come
So
home.
yes, no, she'll be living there, but they will not allow us to be there because we're black people, and it was a black person writing. That's why I wonder with this kind of white mind mentality. A black woman is cooking for you, and you can't keep children, his children, but which is okay. That was his right, and that's how they wanted to live.
Okay.
And to me, yes, that was my turning point. But I determined that I'm not going to live like my mother. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to change lives. And Christ being in me, a hope of glory, it gave me a lot of courage to become a right person and take the right path. And that is real me. So I've been raised up. I'm a son, I'm a product of a hustling family.
You said a small family.
Yeah, we born actually three only.
Okay, so there were three of you.
We are three of us, and I also produced three.
Three boys.
Three, Son, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. I think it's a gesture behind it. But going back is that I believe in people. Every rich man has a struggle and has a starting point. So to me, yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. So you saw your mom struggle.
I saw my mother struggle, but she didn't die struggling. My mother died with dignity. I buried her with dignity. I buried her with a lot of esteem. She was proud to see me as a great man in the nation. She saw her product. She saw her words and her wishes coming true. And I'm proud. I'm Dr. Franklin Mondo Mugisha. I have a household name. I changed the story by struggling and by working powerfully with great people, by emulating those who are greater than me. Poverty runs away when you start learning from people who are better than you, than abusing them. The problems in Africa starts when you start fighting those who are better than you.
You talked about our education system. You went to school. Where did you go?
Yes, I went to school. My school was Beats. That's a very long story because I joined the army
Okay.
on a very young age, and my father died in the process. But Pastor Robert Kanja has my story. He picked me up, took me to education, gratefully by Uncle Paul of Morani Paul in Chibuye, and of course that see me through Ricare University and other institutions that have joined online to become who I am. And going through theological schools has helped me to discover. Every path of my life I've learned quite a lot. So militarily I have done, politically I've been there, family-wise I'm there, then governmental I'm there, business-wise I'm there. I am a lucky man who has served three things that every man should and who is dreaming to do. You serve your country in forces to keep peace and security. You go politically to organize our community. I have served my family by giving birth to children and leave my product behind if one day I go home. And then I've served my living God that one single day I'll be able to see him and he'll say, well done, faithful servant. Yes.
You talk a lot about business because you've been successful in business. And one of the things people say about education is education, in a way, kind of just panel beats you into one way of thinking.
It is. I told you, it makes you a slave.
So how do you do both? Because the world today does demand for many people that you should have some kind of education. But how did you develop your business sense?
Most of my career system in terms of business side, it's multitasking.
Okay.
You see, the problem in Africa, when they give you a paper and they say you're a lawyer, you want to be a lawyer the rest of your life. In Buganda, they say pleader. And of course, when you go to your claimant and they worship you, they say lawyer. Because everybody fears prison. It's a slavery mind, keeping us in one place. You must be a multitasker. You task this, you're tasked to do this. You work left and right. You build different way. You don't just try, you strategize. So I began to say, no, I must not look at church. I can tell you, pastors who are complaining today, they're not complaining because the church is closed. They're complaining because they're missing tithe. I can tell you that as a pastor.
Yes, yes.
It is foolish and bad doctrine for a pastor to come up and say, God is in church, in a building. God is not in building. God is in our hearts. We accepted Christ. The church Jesus is going to pick on this planet Earth are souls, not buildings, built by Hima Cement and other cement companies. And I want to make this very clear, because some people think I think different. Yes, I do think different. People in their homes are praying. The first church started from homes. The church are people,
Yes.
not buildings. So anybody who is saying, I need a church to be open, that pastor crying is not crying because he misses you actually. He misses what you give him.
In church.
And pastors need to understand that. Some of those buildings are not even in your names. When they die, their children are free even to sell it and become a cash seller, a bond. Because that is happening in Britain. That's happening in America. It's happening everywhere. Churches are turned into hostels. And the earlier the church open the eyes and see far, the better. And let me tell some pastors, if you've started online ministry, don't stop it. It's one, because where we're going is going to be digital.
Yeah. You said you joined the army very young.
We're the first Kadogos who built Kadogo Primary School with Lieutenant Mary and Captain Katim, who is in Masaka Road now. And that's how I left the army. Actually, my immediate commander was the director of CMI now, Abeg Haniho. I take him as a father. I've taken time without seeing him, but I want to go there and see him and talk to him. He's such a great man. Some people don't know who Abe is, but he's such a great...
He had a big impact on you.
Oh yes, he changed my life. I salute him greatly. I salute him.
Has your time in the army back then, has it impacted your life?
Oh yes,
I'm
a teaches you discipline. Teaches you how to handle life. Example, I don't like NRM. I don't support NRM, but I support President Museveni because of the great work he has done. I salute UPDF. They've worked under great stress, but a great army. Professionalizing the army is the best miracle that Uganda got. Understanding the potential of a nation, not as a business. Because the former armies looked at the government and people as a source of where they can rob.
Yeah.
These people protect people of the Republic of Uganda. So professionalizing the army is one of the best things that have happened to the Republic of Uganda. And I'm grateful for great brother General Muhozi for great work he's doing, mentoring young officers and building capacity within the forces. It is one of the best way. And the best commander we ever got in Uganda People's Defense Force was David General Muhozi as well. Not Ken Ruga, but the CDF. Such a bright man and a great man that I look at him. He likes the song called Blessed Assurance. Jesus is mine. I love him. He's such a great, brilliant person. Okay. Look at the army in a more professional way. So I salute him for the great work. Of course, for his great insight to look at the army and look at the discipline of the army. When the army loses discipline, it loses everything. So command and control is very important in every aspect of a professional army. And I'm humbled and I'm very, very grateful for such kind of approach the UPDF has done in many ways. They have been a blessing in one or another to this country. So I'm part of this great nation's revolution. I'm building the capacity and the economy and many other things, that aspect. Many people don't know that side of it, but they do. Those who know, they know.
Previously on Crystal One-on-One.
I just don't like the way we've made the younger generation believe that everything is glamorous. You have to and there's nothing wrong with slaying.
slay with a purpose. Don't just be, there's more to you than just looking good.
Yeah.
Can you, what other value do you have?
Yeah.
Looks fade, please.
Yeah. They do.
I was looking when I was
Or
20.
you can look good, but when people get to know
yes,
the real you.
let have more value. Let whatever you are, your character, your skill, let that speak for you.
You said it taught you a lot of discipline, and there are some countries where it's part of the system for every child of the nation to actually have some degree of military training. Like
Out of you.
1-2 years. So you think it's
Yeah,
a good
you
thing?
get out of stupidity. You can when you work with soldiers, you work good because they hear command, they hear strategy, they work out of box. A civilian, where you found him is like a brother, you find him back there. When they are stuck forever. And all they're thinking is going to the street and show their anger. But when you even marry a woman who has been a soldier, you have a great woman. They don't give up. They're fighters. You need to train your people. I've trained my children to be fighters. You can't work with me unless you're a fighter.
Okay.
Yeah, you must be a great fighter. You must endure. I can sleep on the ground. I can sleep in a house. I can sleep anywhere. Life can swing me everywhere. I can bend. I can take in criticism. I can take in anything. Whatever life throws.
So you would say like military training levels the playing field, and everyone, when you start, you're all at the same level.
Oh yes, it teaches you how to respond to order of life, of professionalism, and teaches you how to respond to your work. That's why military, when you train military, you have a capacity to handle issues different from police. Police, their training is different. To handle civilian matters on the civilian level. When military comes in, it's a different story.
Yeah.
It's professionalism and brutality. So there's a kind of story. They're like a tiger. A tiger can step on you, but it can crush you. It can crush you. It can do something on you. So military is a good way of shaping a nation. And to me, yes, I browse everybody who's in Uganda People's Defense Force.
Okay. You've talked a lot about, young men need mentorship. They need guidance. You can be a man, but you have to learn how to be.
You can be a male.
You can be a male, but you have to learn how to be a man.
A man.
A man. And you have 3 boys. What are the things that you do with your own sons?
I go with them in a village.
Okay.
To teach them that this is how people live. You guys live better. So you should be thankful to God that you're living better than these people. To appreciate the beauty of life. That when you grow up, you'll not be splashing on people's water because you're driving a car. You know that having a car is a privilege. And God has blessed me. But I'm still the same person like the other people. When you discover that in issues of life, you become very easy. That's why I pity people who pump. Who pimp and...
I mean, we heard you talk about the six-pack.
Yeah, six-pack, yeah. They're just empty boxes of people who are walking on the street. More especially young people who have just got some little bit of money. They're putting on a small Rolex from Chikuvo, made by China. And then they have this marker too. And they have another girl who has lipstick and she's walking. And they have this... this music bumping behind. Repeat it. Of Yazawi. And they are busy promising themselves each other, I love you, baby. Then they also respond, yes, honey. What is this? Who are these people? If you ask them, what is your plan? Let one of them tell the other, I'm pregnant. Hello? 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 School leader. Nze Jackie. I'm pregnant for you. Managochimanyi. Are you alone? They first prepare them. What do you say? Are you alone? I want to hear something. Now if they had live sex, the instincts start kicking in. But I don't know how to do it, but I'm pregnant for you. Huh? Okay, let me call you in a few minutes. I'm somewhere. That is the last day hear this man and say, God, now, there, boys start running away. A man will embrace it.
Yeah.
Said, oh, thank you. Son, for this has happened, but we have to find a way. Next call you hear, hello? I'm sending you now 500,000. Go and move the pregnancy. Boys, what was sweet becomes sour. Mistakes of life, things that happen to people's lives, and that transforms their journey and walk of life. Ooh, ngachitalo. Ngachitalo. Oh, ngachitalo. Oh, ngachitalo. Sometimes I pity. I feel so sad for girls who have gone through that. The girls who have reached out to me, it tells you, I've removed 22 pregnancies. Now my uterus cannot hold a baby. And you feel your heart is sinking. And you ask yourself, what is next for this girl? Now that one meets a man telling her, I love you. A crushed soul. She can't take it anymore. Emotional abused, practically destroyed. Beauty you see is a zombie walking on the street. Study the woman you want to marry.
So people should take time to get to know each other.
Not time really. Should be able to take time and to hear someone. Hear your woman's cry and pain before you take her. She may not tell you today, but hear it. It's for your good, Crystal. It's for your good, Mr. Man. Hear them out. Hear their past. Ask them, have you ever been abused? Hear them. It will help you to run a relationship, to build a relationship. I've got people on my Facebook page, Dr. Franklin Mondo Mugisha, on Instagram, who have come to me asking me, how can I live better?
That should be the question we all ask ourselves.
Girls have done a lot of mistakes. And they need a father, they need a friend, they need somebody who will mentor them to become that person they were created to be.